exploring many streets in my soul highways, the sensuality and darkness and all of these thoughts in my head. Should I tell who, you, me? The perfect team like a leather could be a lace, and the perfect blend for the good blend of exquisite combinations. You got me intrigued in how you taste and how feel is blend sweet temptations and images inciting my arousals of inclination, sting rise, bones collide, writing ecstasy. It could be a perfect you in the zen mess inside of my mind. Only confess. How should I tell you? Hands reaching out in between pages, shouldn't I?
Midnight blooming, neon nights arrive, illuminating trees.
Midnight blooming, neon nights arrive, illuminating trees. Clouds capitalize, clothes and rusts and hangs in the sky. Walk through the half moons, like a sinner with a compass. In our morals, PKE, three death, space, almost as kin. Be so aware of it. Right, carved into the back of the mouth, within, holding back darkness, warm, steady pain, flowers. Shadowy bystanders of the blue, but the jaded eyes, glowing bright, just dead of the night, little stars might see. At last, Sip upon each other with full lips, gasp, but pleasures escapes us, and the hands explore. Skin on skin with closed plummet, the floor licking and touching each, touch and feeling, savoring the taste with the bodies as we begin. Sipped upon each other with full lips, gasp, but pleasures escapes us, and the hands explore. Skin on skin with closed plummet, the floor licking and touching each, touch and feeling, savoring the taste with the bodies as we begin. Thrust after blissful thrust we find paradise. Our bodies are each salvation for the temptation to screaming in an orgasmic pleasure for the glow. And the love grows stronger in the smiling, creating mountains of pleasure, trying to reach the summit of the climax, while beating hard another. Wave of ecstasy takes over my body, dancing in pure desire and overwhelming spasms in which you can reach the heights of peak, release, warm spreads, throw me off like streams laying where we breathe. Breath like no air, smiling, you pull me closer to trace my curves between the fingers, and each redemption of love lost is a love won. Midnight blooming, neon nights arrive, illuminating trees. Clouds capitalize, clothes and rusts and hangs in the sky. I can only tell you what a woman wants. My eyes trace the shape, thin curves, purse. Pout the desire to taste, with dance and embrace, to work that fame. What a woman wants, I can almost read the mind, but the candlelight captured inside of the eyes, spinning ambitions. Nothing to hide, and in every moment, nothing else to compare to. Every word, every phrase of the fire, this feeling, can it all be a piece of true? Pierce myself to the pulsing, racing panties wet, pearl rising desperately, your brows, but only a bit upset, with the lips hunger, active breast, wanting your hands to touch them, spellbound, held under the dress, check. I'm trying hard to control my urge, trying hard not to stare into the eyes, but trying to keep the beast within, trying to quench the raging fire between my own, knowing, aching, for pressure, feeling, pressed together. I can only tell you what a woman wants. I can only tell you what my eyes trace the shape. I can only tell you what a woman wants. My eyes trace the shape, thin curves, purse. And I guess we can go back to the days when Adam and Eve walked around not afraid or ashamed what they saw. You would think that Adam was tall and handsome, well endowed with a 12, ball swayed eye, so impressive with the sides. Maybe Google eyes, he strutted the stuff along. Not erect, but maybe Eve begged him to stand still to get a better look when she leaned towards the rose lid, past her lower lip, stopped at the nose and eyes, and these grew, large, and as it growed, then mighty. Stayed the knees and the tongue out with a quick lick when Adam looked down with a grin across the faces staring at the stars. Ariella's and the rest, something that's like to tease and to confess to both needs to take a long breath and sweet the ring, the moment, knowing that you just have to have it. To her, the fruit, the understanding of a woman and what she wants. Stunned by the deep pleasure for juices, only flowing as long as you can allow yourself to come in and enter.
These could be the days to embrace.
In the most incomprehensible way, can I honestly, earnestly desire you the most? To resort to being a beggar? Or is it hunger, or is it thirst? Need for the most voracious, provocative ways to rightfully find yourself, that is, more than the flesh alone to relish? Lips, though, glutton and tired of being only good eye consumed, such to be famine at bay. The prison of pardon yourself only breathe for the final meal. Though unworthy of such delicacy, a buffet, only most anticipated cravings for you to be slow, reverence to the Savior. In the most incomprehensible way, can I honestly, earnestly desire you the most? To resort to being a beggar? Or is it hunger, or is it thirst? Need for the most voracious, provocative ways to rightfully find yourself, that is, more than the flesh alone to relish? Lips, though, glutton and tired of being only good eye consumed, such to be famine at bay. Prison of pardon yourself only breathe for the final meal. Though unworthy of such delicacy, a buffet, only most anticipated cravings for you to be slow, reverence to the Savior. For savor only wish in which they have to undisputedly say, fish needs the water but tongue, long to dip and soak in the essence of the sin, but each fiber is only the truth. Self is the equivalent of the desert and drought, begging for you to be the rain, like sweet inebriation of whiskey to soothe my sorrows. Within your substance would I drown myself. Euphoria of choice and addiction to making the only vision of you permanent, for the poison pleasures exist. Would I inherently reach through the expanse of the zealousy and only attain upon the show? Do I not need to indulge in such vices to thrive most unnecessary, nourish themselves in keeping with the feeding of the hungry? In 1,000 ways, 100 years, day by day, minute by minute, second by second, I absolutely indisputable force would I have no forbearance in selecting my desired position with precedence only. Would you be my first? The sinner, never your host. Do I resort to being a beggar, although forgiveness I have asked? Do I still long to be the prisoner, although I pardon only briefly for the craving in which I only disputedly say? Horny. Something that I obtain, something that I go seek. Sadio, juicy, coochie. What symbolism is this? In the most incomprehensible way, can I honestly, earnestly desire you the most? To resort to being a beggar?
Beckoned into the flame, caressing me with angel wings. This passion plays a wicked game. Love cascades like desert springs. Core of destiny, summer fades in the shades of gray. Longing that she stirs in me. Only the lonely nights is sweet. Love for the autumn shroud, only soul by the verse. Beauty lifts me like a cloud. And a strange desire defines himself in the mercy to the tender touch of feather. Will of your morning sun of harvest gloom. Blissful air as morning chills, a taste of her in every room. She whispers, and palette which wash all the autumn sky, falling leaves to the frozen ground. This feeling does not electrify your love, pure it's tightly bound. Whispers, sleep, and drift into the arms in the velvet night. Psychic like waves converse in the mists, and this beauty reigns the golden light. Thinking out of that window that wasn't mine. With the illusion of running out of time, a solution defected mine to jump out and swim to the freedom side. While the window was things was left behind, nothing or truly how going. Humankind weighing heavily on my emotions. Empathize with the empath on course to execute everything that he believes in.
Midnight blooming, neon nights I ride, illuminating trees. Clouds capitalize, close and rusts and hangs in the sky. Walk through the half moons, like a sinner with a compass. In all morals, decay he can greet death face almost as kin. You could be a soul bearer of instincts and truth. Transient calling the cry of a carve into the back of the mouth, written in a name within, holding fire, darkness, warm. Steady in pain, flowers that bloom. Shadowy bystander to the lure by the jaded eyes and glowing bright. This dead of the night, little stars might see. As last, iris, third. The word comes with the rhythm. And the midnight is blooming. You can ask for forgiveness, yet you know. The promise that I did not keep, the lies that I did not tell. The heartbreak of my lusting for you, though I'm not perfect myself. Feeling kinda spent high, starting to drift away my inner world and display looking upon the screen. Feeling in danger, without an ounce of fear, but a moment of pure clarity to find the difference between you and an impossible way to deny our minds have something similar. If you wanted me, you still wanted me to the way of yesterday. Tomorrow, bricks and mortar diamond close with approaching me. Quiet existence with the presence of who roams in silence and now. Forsaken and phantom, and an alliance, the soul possesses that of the dead, outside within. Stripped away of their true self and disturbing the shades inside of the shadows, performing you not to be gone. Therefore, the proximity is only to flow, easily drifting. Uncalculated back and forth these lives. Lights will glow, not for the others, but finding the trace. Mentoring, owning corridors of the landing command of a path. Empty buildings and abandoned, ending with the sitting a drive, or too long to be forgotten. Only to fit for the dead for those alive, others who sought to place of sanctuary's own time for twilight and aspirations for the current. Struggle.